What's up, guys? I hope you're doing well. This is Steven with the Self-Fulfillment Project, and in today's video we're going to talk about why you should be careful about making promises. Now let's first address 3 reasons we usually make promises, okay? And I think the thing to realize is we usually make promises from when we're behind, when we have something to prove, when we're sort of desperate. We want to show somebody, we want to prove ourselves to somebody else. And so I think the first reason we make promises is to create accountability. We want another person to expect something from us, and we want ourselves to also expect something from ourselves. Because that gives us a little bit of motivation to accomplish it, right? And I think the second reason we make promises is to have a glimpse of keeping that promise, to have a glimpse of what it will look like at the end when we actually fulfill that promise, when we complete that action. We get a slight glimpse of that satisfaction when we make that promise. And I think the third reason, and perhaps the most overriding reason, is to generate hope with ourselves and the other person that this can be done. I will change, I will do this, whatever the promise may be. Okay? To let them know not all hope is lost. Don't give up yet. Don't give up on me yet. And I think we need to be careful with this. I know we need to be careful with this. Because, you see, when we make promises, we, in a way, set ourselves up for failure unnecessarily. When we make a promise, we create expectations that weren't there before. When we tell somebody we're going to do something, okay, and we don't do it, we let them down. When we tell somebody we're going to do something and we do it, we lift them up. Well, what if we didn't tell them? And we didn't do that action that we were going to promise? Nothing. We didn't promise them anything. There were no expectations. What happens when we do fulfill that action that we were going to promise them, but didn't verbalize it? The same satisfaction that we get if we had promised it. You see, I think we unnecessarily put ourselves in a situation where we could possibly fail, okay? And something very important to note is this is not about reducing responsibility. I'm not saying that you owe less to other people or that you should give less of yourself to other people. Just the opposite. This is about maintaining your sincerity and your integrity. This is about making your word mean something. This is about making promises mean something significant. Because when we promise all willy-nilly, okay, when we promise just off the cuff, without really without really understanding what that promise means for us, when we don't really understand the weight of what we are promising the other person, we let ourselves down and we let the other person down, okay? Because as I said before, you can still do that action you were going to promise. You can still follow through with it without promising it, okay? I think promises need to be sacred. Promises need to be reserved for those times in our life when we know it is absolutely necessary to make that promise. And I don't feel the need to sit here and tell you guys when that time will be. You guys will know intuitively, in here. You'll know it's time to make a promise. It's time to tell this person what you're going to do. And when you do make a promise, when you do tell somebody you will do something for them, or you will make that change, you need to invest yourself 100%. All of your effort, all of your energy, all of your focus, all of your being needs to be in fulfilling that promise. Your sole reason for existence needs to become doing that thing, doing that action. Make no other promises when you make one promise. Better way to put it is make one promise at a time. Follow through with it, make it happen, and your word will become solidified. Your relationships will be deepened and your relationships will be strengthened. Because people will notice. He doesn't promise a lot, but when he does, or she does, God damn it, they follow through, they mean it. And people will come to trust you that much more. Okay? This video is very... There's a lot of nuances here. This video is very fragile, I think, the way I structured these things. And I made this video over a bunch of times because I want to make sure I'm getting the right things out. I think the ultimate difference is talking the talk and walking the walk. And what I'm trying to say is, when we make empty promises, when we just give out promises for no reason, we make our word meaningless. People come to realize that this guy doesn't mean what he says. But when we reserve promises, when we make them less, and when we make a vow to follow through with those promises we do make, when we are very deliberate about what promises we make, people come to trust us more. Our word has so much more meaning. That's what I wanted to get across to you guys. I hope you liked the video. If it helped, subscribe down below, like, and go ahead and leave a comment, guys. If you want me to talk about a topic or answer a question you guys have, I'll make a video response to it. Okay? That's it. Take it easy.